Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and yep, let's just get into it. And right now we can see that Bitcoin, or sorry, this isn't Bitcoin, let's get on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is back to 23,800 after a nice little move today, back to 24,200, but ultimately getting a little bit of a rejection right now. Pretty close to this previous high. If you bring it to that candle body close, you basically got rejected exactly where we got rejected last time, which was 24,200. Now, do I think that this is it? Bitcoin's going down to sorry, my phone's ringing there. I gotta focus. Do I think Bitcoin's going down to 21,500? Most likely not. I think we've gotten a nice little boost today back to resistance, and I think that tomorrow we could potentially punch through and go test $25,000, which is right now right here. You can take a look. There we go. You got some resistance coming in from this channel that we've been in. 25,000, basically 25,070, 25,100, depending on where you put your trend line. Sorry, depending on where you put the price tag on the channel. You can get, basically $25,000. Now, let's take a look at market cipher on the daily time frame. You can see we have a -5, a 16 on the DBSI. You got a little bit of green money flow coming in at the zero line. Momentum waves are coming up. The VPVR is up as well, and you had a green dot yesterday. So things are looking quite good for Bitcoin, a little bullish right now. Let's take a look at some shorter time frames on the 12-hour. Definitely not as bullish with a 0 and an 8. But again, let's take a look at that 4-hour time frame. A little bit bearish with a 16 and the -3, but it just could be a little bit of a healthy pullback before our next move towards the upside. But let's take a look at the NASDAQ, because the indices are going to determine where the price of the crypto market is going to go. All right, just know that the crypto market does not lead the indices. The crypto market follows the indices. When the indices have a pullback or a down day, you're going to see the Bitcoin most likely going to have a down day as well. We saw that the NASDAQ end up selling off a little bit near the end of the day, and you guys saw Bitcoin coming back down to 23,800, 23,600 as well near the end of the day. Now let's take a look at this major trend line right here. As we can see, NASDAQ getting perfectly rejected at $13,338. And actually, I'll just show you guys, because the trading battle ended, and I actually did not win the trading battle because they closed our trades 5 days after the Tuesday session. And well, you know what, I kept my trades open, and you know what, it looks like I ended up with making over 120% on the account. So we started with 10,000 and we ended up with 22,787 at the end of the day. Sorry, after 6 days. So I took 1 day longer and I actually ended up with a massive profit. But big congratulations to Austin Silver for bagging over 1,400, I believe, raising for his charity. So good job, my man. You did an amazing job trading the markets. Now let's keep going. Let's take a look at the S&P 500 as well. So the S&P 500 getting a little bit of an up move today as well, but ultimately getting rejected once again at this resistance line right here. Exactly what I outlined yesterday in the Discord. I started telling people we could potentially get rejected right here. And if you guys want to join the Discord, that's where I post all my crypto trades, my stock trades, and my leveraged crypto trades as well. For all you crazy 100x leverage people, I'm kidding, we don't do 100x leverage, we do around 10x leverage trades, but ultimately we have a great win rate overall. You guys can take a look at the profit loss history. The link is in the description. But yeah, overall NASDAQ and S&P 500 are at resistance right now. I actually didn't take a look at the Russell today. Russell actually punched through a resistance line, but ultimately you had that secondary level right here. As you can see, we'll just draw another trend line right here that you could potentially get rejected off, and it's exactly where we actually closed the day. And you know what, I don't know if the markets have much gas left in their tank. I think Bitcoin could potentially go to 25,000, but after that we might get a big correction in the equities and in the cryptos. We do have that CPI number coming out on Wednesday, and if it is hotter than expected, you already know the markets are forward thinking. They're going to think that, oh my god, higher CPI is going to mean more rate hikes, and more rate hikes increases the cost of doing business. And you know what, increasing the cost of doing business reduces earnings. And you know what, earnings have already been so so ass. I mean, that obviously they were better than expected. That's why you're seeing a lot of these tech stocks rallying right now, and a little bit of the sentiment is also like the market is expecting the Fed to start to cut rates sooner than later. But you know, I don't think the Fed is gonna fold in that fast. I think they're actually going to raise rates a little bit more. I think they're actually going to overdo it, and then that's when the market's going to have a knee-jerk reaction and the market's going to sell off immensely. But again, obviously that's just my opinion. You guys are going to have your own opinion, but let's see what happens in the coming months. I still expect unemployment to start rising substantially in the next 6 months, and I think that that's when the Fed is going to pivot, because unemployment is going to get out of control that's when they're going to start printing money again. And who knows, maybe they're going to start printing money when we will still have 5 to 6% inflation, which is terrible, but they will do it regardless. And that's when gold and the cryptos will have that restarted. Cryptos will have a, you know, that'll be your new, most likely your next bull run. But for gold, that's going to be the, you know, the signal that we've been right this entire time, and then gold's going to take off, the dollar's going to tank, and yeah, we'll see. Again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. And we could actually take a look at Trader's Realities Indicator. Again, no green vector candles on the daily time frame. We still have this red vector candle right here at 26,500 to recover. Are we going to recover it? Are we going to punch through and have, you know, a big rally in the equities, a big rally in the cryptos, and recover this red vector? Or are we going to top out around 25,000 tomorrow, or in the coming days, and then reverse back down? So if you guys want to see my trades, you guys want to see what I'm doing next, you guys can join the Discord, become a gold member, and you'll catch my next trade on the markets. Let's take a look at oil. A little bit of oil right here, you know, a little bit of oil talk. Let's see if we can get down to 85. 85 is my target for oil. Before we get a major bounce, in my opinion. I think you're still going to get a big flush down to 85, and then, you know, you'll probably get your bounce back up to here, get rejected at around 85, and then you'll most likely take your next leg down once again to potentially 75 around October, November, around that time. So let's see how that plays out. These are obviously long-term predictions for you guys in the Discord who are looking to accumulate energy stocks, stuff like that. And again, I will be accumulating a lot of energy stocks once oil gets to these levels. I think oil will ultimately go back up in the long term, potentially back up to 150, because, you know, the government's going to print their way out of their troubles, and that's ultimately going to push up commodity prices. And let's say finally, let's cover actually the 200 weekly. I actually wanted to take a look at the 200 weekly. Oh yeah, we've held the 200 weekly. We've closed above it on the 2 candle closes on the weekly time frame. But let's see if we get a push up, or are we gonna fake out and reverse back down. But that's gonna take some time. Let's see how this one plays out. But yeah, if we do punch through 26,000, you guys already know my high-end target is around 28. Whenever we make contact with this major trend line, again, it's hard to kind of tell right now. If you go up in a straight line, obviously that'll be 28,100. But the longer that you take, the lower the price gets, and potentially maybe you get a point of confluence right here around 26,700. Maybe that's when you'll tag this major trend line, and you'll hit this resistance level right here, which is this previous low, and then you'll top out right there, and then you'll continue. We'll take our next leg down to around $10,000, and that's another reason why I don't think that the market has ultimately bottomed out. I think that a lot of these cryptos need to go to zero before we bottom out. I think when a lot of these altcoins start to collapse and fall 99%, then you will have your bear market bottom. Again, let's just take a look at Dogecoin quickly. Dogecoin is still at 7 cents. Again, if you guys don't know, Dogecoin was below like 1/10 of a cent before it really took off with the Elon Musk punt. I think we're probably gonna go back down to these levels. I don't know if there's some long-term Dogecoin holders. I don't mean to offend you. It's just the reality of the situation that we are in. A lot of these coins will not survive the markets, and that's why It's always best to trade instead of hodling. You can even take a look at the green vector candles on Trader Reality's indicator. We have to zoom in so low on Dogecoin. Actually, I think we got to lower this level all the way down here. Ultimately, I still think Dogecoin will go back down to sub 1 cent. It'll go to 0.2 of a cent. Ultimately, in my opinion, I think we will recover this green vector candle before finding a bottom, and that's when you're going to get that big flush out in Bitcoin. You're going to see Bitcoin most likely tank to 10,000, maybe 5,000. Who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, I know a lot of people are going to get mad at this. I know I'm going to get called a clown, but we'll see who's a clown in a couple of months. A lot of people were laughing at me when we were shorting, and you know, they took it to the chin. Now they're just saying they're hodling, but you know, they're probably at a 50% loss. So, and we're sitting pretty with like an 89% gain on our trading account. So good job to you guys in the Discord. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. You guys are awesome. Actually, just before we end this off, let's take a look at the DXY. DXY has been chopping a little bit sideways right now. Not too much action. If the DXY obviously takes a big dump towards the downside, you're going to see Bitcoin skyrocket. And if the DXY starts to move back up again, like back up to the 108 levels, then you're definitely going to see Bitcoin take a big hit, and it's going to go down potentially back to the 2017 highs, and who knows how low it's going to go if the DXY starts to pump again. But yeah, you can see that the DXY doesn't have to just tag it once before we go back down. You can see that the DXY tagged this trend line right here multiple times before going down. So maybe we're going to get another tag at the 108 levels. Let's see. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. You guys are awesome. Love the support. We're at 11,800 subscribers. That's just crazy where we're at right now. You know, we started at 0 almost a year and 3-4 months ago. So we've been doing amazing with our analysis, and people really love it, and you guys are awesome for that. And if you guys want to show some love, leave a like and subscribe. And if you guys want to see if you guys want to sign up for Big at Trading, which is a sponsored the sponsor for this channel, the link's in the description as well. You get up to $4,163 in bonuses if you complete all the tasks, which is pretty crazy because that's a lot of trading funds. Anyways, love you guys. Peace.